Good morning from Kamakura, Japan on this Tuesday. What's shaping up to be a beautiful day. It's quite warm out here, isn't it, Spunky? Yeah. So I see we lost another flower overnight. And it's so bright out here, I'm having a hard time seeing the viewfinder. But first of all, I want to go down to the lower garden and see how we're doing down there with those volunteer tomatoes that I found. Okay. Looks good. And that one looks good too. Alrighty. While we're here, I wanted to take a look at the growth. The eggplants are doing superbly. You can see the flower there. Hopefully that's been pollinated. The yellow zucchini are coming up. Another one here as well. And here. The tomatoes look good. The mosquitoes are out strong too. But I've used a repellent. Okay, we'll go up and see how the string beans are doing. But first, let's check on the other zucchini down here in the lower garden. Okay, you can see these are doing well. You can see the true leaves are coming in. And I'm thinking of transplanting these up to the upper garden where the garlic is. I told you that before. This may be the last of the roses. As you can see, they have mostly faded, so I can do some trimming later. The blueberry patch looks good. Gets a lot of good sunshine here. Okay, boy, it's hot out here. It's hot, huh, Spunky? Yeah. It's only 6:30 in the morning. It's 22 degrees right now. Okay, let's go up. Oh boy, go. I don't know if you can see, but I've broken a sweat already. Yeah, it's quite hot out here. Okay, a lot more shade over on this side. Tomatoes looking good. Growing nice and tall. As you can see, they're about to exceed the height of the stake. That'll probably happen in a couple days. So this might be tall enough. I may have to get some more stakes and maybe double up on these here, and with some zip ties, just to give them some more support. We do get high winds and typhoons. Not yet, it's too early for that, but okay. How are the green beans, the string beans doing? They look quite well. Look at that. Got our true leaves. Okay, we see some more growth coming out here, and there. So I'm not worried about that. These two, we'll see them come up a little bit later. Over here, Nearly all of them have bloomed and gotten their true leaves. Good. Now for the cucumbers. How are the cucumbers doing? They're looking well. Here we can see this, here's a cucumber growing right here. And another one here. I'm happy with that. Good. So, got a project right ahead of me today. I'm going to get this done today. I'm going to go ahead and harvest the garlic. I think it's done. It's fallen over. I think it's time to harvest them. I'm going to repair this bed here as well. That's my project for this morning. And I'm in a bit of a hurry because we're going to have rain over the next few days. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I looked at the forecast, and it looks like we're going to have rain Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly all day Friday. So this may be the last day for drier conditions, so I'm going to do that today. First, I'm going to harvest the garlic, then repair the bed, and get this ready for transplanting the zucchini up to here. Zucchini on this side I'm going to leave it be there, and hopefully everything will get along together. We'll see. I know it's a small space, especially for something like zucchini with its broad leaves, but I'm going to give it a go. So this is my project for this morning, repairing this bed. The green beans that we see here, I'm going to move them over to here in a day or so, later this week. I still want them to be over here where they get more sunlight. Once they get a little bit taller, I'll move them. So, looks good. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is harvest the garlic. I'm going to just go through this with my hands and sift through it and throw away all these little tubers and roots and things. These are the tubers. Yeah, see things like this. Now, I know I'm not going to get all of them, but I'll try to get as many as I can. And I'm counting on the zucchini to shade the soil to block any further growth. So where I'll come back for this edge here. If I do it now, all the soil will fall through. So I'm just going to just leave that until last. One nice healthy earthworm here. Look at that. Nice healthy one. And no, I don't like touching them, to be honest. I'm not afraid of them, I just don't like touching them. Let me cover him back up. Her. Him or her. So that may be why I've lost some garlic. Maybe the worms were eating on it. I don't know. Good to share, I guess. did have a cover of leaves, dead leaves down here, so I'm turning them back into the soil as compost. Just trying to get rid of the tubers. No, I'm not using gloves. I prefer to use my bare hands. I did clip my nails yesterday. They were getting too long anyway. But I just like the feel of the dirt, the soil. And I can feel things much better with like roots like this. I want to back the soil up against the far side here so that I can get down in here without all the soil falling through. Another potato. Like I say, I'll use these and cook them later. Okay. See, this tie here is still that tie is still quite good. So, but you can see the rot and how it's been eaten through here. I'll show you a little bit closer. You see how it's been eaten through. Oh. I don't know if you can see here, but this is where the brick stops. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to mess with this yet. I don't want it to fall. But I'm going to just clean against the brick here and put some substitutes in there. Substitutes for the rotted logs in there. And then I'll put that new tie back on top. Then I'll put the good tie back on top. So, I did have a layer of this artificial grass down here, so that's helping a lot with this cleanup. So, you see, here's where the brick is. You see how long some of these tubers can get. That's some really good soil. Alrighty. I want to take this up for a moment. Let's get in here as well. See if we can clean this up a little better. Bricks pulled out. Put that back. Alrighty. Take a slight break. Okay, I'm going to dry them right here on this little table here. I can always wash this off, so I'm not terribly worried about that. See, this one here, it kind of grew together. So I'm not going to rinse them. I'm just going to let them dry. And then when they're dry, I'll shake off the dirt. Some of these, I'm glad I pulled them out today. Some of these were getting a little rotten. I see two of them that way. So I'll put them aside. And in a few minutes, or an hour or so, the sun will come around this side and dry these off quite nicely. So I may have lost two bulbs, in fact, to rot. We've had a lot of rainfall recently, and we're about to get a whole lot more with the rainy season coming on. The rainy season has been here in Japan 2 weeks earlier than usual, the earliest ever. Hasn't quite arrived here yet, but we're going to feel the effects of it from southern Japan and western Japan as the rain fronts move forward over the next 2 weeks. And then we'll finally get the full brunt of the rainy season in about 2 weeks' time, a little bit earlier than usual. It's called Tsuyu in Japanese, the rainy season is. And it does wonders for the garden, but not so much for the garlic. You can see how this has gotten soft and mushy, so I'm not going to use these, but I'll let them dry off anyway. Well, I'll just throw them away. I'll put them in the trash. Okay, so I'll leave these here like this to dry. I may turn them even, and then later I will braid them and hang them downstairs in the cellar. I've got two down there. You might remember I've picked two earlier, and they're hanging down in the cellar, having been braided, and they're doing just fine there, nice and dry. With a really good amount of humidity down there too. I mean, it's not humid, it's just perfect, it's just right. There's no mold growing down there. So let me show you what I've done here. Here's the end product. I have that last remaining tie in there. I have it at a slant on purpose, so that it doesn't fall this way. And you can see I put a stump or a branch down in the center of it there to hold the others in place so they don't roll. Okay. And I've used these cut logs. This is hardwood. I'm not sure what kind of hardwood. Maybe somebody can tell by the bark. I surely can't. So this should last for quite some time. So this is where the zucchini will go. And I think this will be a nice home for the zucchini. I'm going to wait a couple days. I may have to do it in the rain, but I'll wait a couple days to transplant them. And in a day or so, I will move these string beans down to here so that they can grow up this netting here. So, what time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock, so that was about an hour and a half's work. Yeah, quite happy with that. So what else do we have here? Let's take a good look at the trumpet bush. Some new flowers have opened up. Old flowers have fallen off. And I'm surprised at how many flowers there are. I've seen pictures, of course, but this is such a young plant. This is his first year. And I'm surprised that it's flowering so much, but I guess that's what it does. Okay, everything else looks well. See, I tell you, man, these weeds grow like overnight. So, how are the strawberries? Let me go in and take a look. Let's see if any can be picked today. Yeah, I think this one better be picked. It's getting a little sogged, water sogged. Yeah, see, that's rotten. Yeah. And this one here, same thing. See, this is what happens when it gets too wet. Oh well, no strawberries for breakfast this morning. At least not from the garden. I have some in the fridge already. There's a beautiful one in there. I'm not going to mess with it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a beautiful one there. So, let's see. Can you see that? Those are the zucchini that I'll be transplanting. Ones that get a little bigger. So let's take another look at the tomatoes here from this distance. Give you a good idea of how tall they're getting. I'm wondering if I need this here. I'm going to keep it. Oh, I see my first fruit. Here's the first fruit of the season. There's a nice little cherry. That'll be either red or yellow. Orange, maybe. Yeah. So we have fruit already. And this is the second. Wow, look at that. So there's the first two fruits of the season. Very good. So you can see the garlic is drying out well, and I'll come back in a couple hours and braid them. So it's about, what is it, 7:30, 8 o'clock? So it's 8 o'clock now, and I'll come back in a few hours and start braiding after breakfast. So as you can see, it's going to be a beautiful day. Give you a close-up of the garlic here. Get a good idea of how big they are and how small some are. About as small as a regular clove. But like I say, I'm still quite happy with it. Good harvest. A very good harvest. Okay, I've got 3 bundles and a nosy dog. So I'm just going to braid them like you would braid hair. having grown up in the 60s and 70s, there was a time when I used to have an afro. You ever wonder how we would... So if you ever wondered how we kept that afro looking so nice, well, we would braid our hair before going to bed at night, and then in the morning we would comb it out. Or use what was called a pick, a very wide-toothed comb. So that's how I learned how to braid. I have my 3 bundles here, and just going to overlap them. Oops. Let's see if I can get this right here. Not used to having so many. Oh, here we go. I think I got it now. It's coming back to me. Okay, so just overlap alternately, and we will get our braids. Okay, so that should do it. And this remainder, I'm going to simply tie up. I've lost a couple, lost 2. I'll just let these dry in the kitchen, on the kitchen countertop. And yeah, there we go. I'll let this dry downstairs in the basement. So you can see I have some hanging here in the basement, so I'm going to hang these here as well. Simple as that. In a few weeks, or maybe even by the end of the month of May, in about 2 weeks or so, they should be fully cured, and I'll come check on them from time to time. My 2021 garlic harvest, 39 bulbs. Very good.